Hello, and welcome to what we now know about strategizing. This is one of a series of 6 webinars, held live and then recorded to celebrate my 25 years of research into how pharma and medtech companies compete in our complex changing market. My name is Brian Smith, and I've worked in our fascinating industry since 1978. I began my career as a research chemist before moving into marketing and strategy. Then, after 20 years in the industry, I became an academic, researching why some companies are better than others at strategizing and adapting to our changing market environment. I've written 8 books and 400 papers and articles about strategy in our exceptional industry. I have now condensed that work into this series of 6 short videos. This video is about the differences between those firms that make strong strategies and those that don't. It's written for busy people, so I've kept it short. But at the end of this video, I'll tell you how to get free copies of my published research. Most of the slides in this video have this simple format. On the left, I'll describe what I've found in most companies. On the right, what I've seen in the best companies. So you can think of each slide as a practical suggestion to improve strategizing in your company. Strategizing is the process of deciding how to spend your resources to achieve your goals. All firms have goals, resources, and capabilities. All firms have some knowledge of their market. And all firms make decisions about how to allocate their resources to achieve their goals in their market situation. Some companies are better at strategizing than others. I've spent 25 years researching why this is, and here are my 5 most important discoveries about strategizing in pharma and medtech. My first discovery is that most companies use the word strategy too much, and they use it carelessly. In weaker firms, every objective, every role, every activity is described as strategic. The word has no agreed meaning, so it's impossible for these firms to strategize effectively. The best companies use the word really, carefully and precisely to mean the long-term pattern of decisions about how to create value and for whom. So, if you want to be good at strategizing, use the word strategy really and carefully. My second discovery is that many strategic plans hinder strategizing. In most firms, plans are long, detailed documents with the strategy buried under the analysis. This makes it very difficult for the strategy to be understood, communicated, and discussed. The best strategists write very short documents that summarize the situation, state the strategy clearly, and confirm the most important numbers. And they put all the detail and analysis into the appendices of the plan. So, if you want to be good at strategizing, make your plan a very short, very clear document. My third discovery is that most firms don't test the strategy they make. In most firms, strategy is approved by a social process of discussion and negotiation. This process is ineffective, subjective, and vulnerable to internal politics. The best firms test their strategies rigorously against objective standards. To do this, they use a set of 5 criteria that characterize all effective strategies. So, if you want to be good at strategizing, change your strategy review process from subjective discussion to objective testing. My fourth discovery is that most firms are distracted by novelty. Many firms focus on superficial issues, fashionable terms, and pretty infographics. This makes their strategies much less likely to be differentiated from their competitors. The best firms focus on the fundamentals of how strategy works. They concentrate on customer insight, strategy differentiation, execution, and synergies. So, if you want to be good at strategizing, rise above the fads and focus on the fundamentals. My fifth discovery is that most firms lack strategy-making skills. Many firms have standardized processes that delegate strategizing to inexperienced strategists. This leads to a laborious, performative tick-box exercise that produces weak strategy. In the best firms, senior leaders engage strongly with a rigorous value-adding process executed by highly trained expert strategists. So, if you want to be good at strategizing, make your strategy process rigorous and highly skilled. These research findings lead us to some important practical take-home lessons. If you're a senior strategist, you should focus on 3 things. First, make your people use the word strategy rarely and correctly. Second, put your effort into creating a highly skilled, value-adding strategy process. Third, test the outputs of that process rigorously using the 5 objective tests. If you're a frontline strategist, you should focus on these 3 things. First, make sure you know the objective differences between a strong and a weak strategy. Second, train your team to be highly skilled at using the tools of strategizing. Third, write short, clear plans that are easy to communicate, discuss, and agree. None of these 6 things involve significant costs, and they can all be executed relatively quickly. And in my published research, I go into more detail about how to do this in practice. Thank you for your attention. This has been a short overview of how the best firms in our industry strategize. If you'd like to know more, email me for a selection of my published work or to set up a call. And if any other aspects of my research interest you, please look at the other videos in this series and browse the hundreds of articles on my website.